In the remote wilderness of New Zealand's South Island, a place of immense natural beauty exists. It is a landscape carved by ancient glaciers and defined by rugged peaks. Here, within the Kahurangi National Park, lies Mount Arthur. At its base, a spring emerges from the earth. This is no ordinary spring, it is the Pearse Resurgence, the exit point for one of the most formidable and mysterious underwater cave systems on the planet. The water that surfaces here is not warm or inviting, it is astonishingly cold, a constant 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. This chilling outflow is the visible gateway to a vast, submerged labyrinth that plunges deep into the mountain's core, a place few have ever seen. The Pearse Resurgence is a siren call to a very specific kind of explorer. It attracts the world's most elite technical cave divers. These are individuals driven by a desire to push the boundaries of human endurance and knowledge. They come to map the unknown and venture where no one has gone before. Near the entrance, the water is deceptively clear, offering breathtaking visibility of the smooth, sculpted rock formations. But this clarity is a fleeting gift. As a diver descends deeper into the system, the light vanishes completely. Vertical shafts, winding passages. The world shrinks to the narrow beam of a dive light, and the immense, crushing pressure of the water above becomes a constant, tangible force. This is a realm of extremes. The cave system is a vertical maze, with passages that drop sharply into the darkness. Some sections become so narrow that a diver, burdened with extensive life support equipment, can barely squeeze through. The primary challenge is the staggering depth. The Pearse has been explored to depths exceeding 200 meters, or 650 feet, placing it among the deepest known cold water caves in the world. At these abyssal depths, the physical and psychological toll on a diver is immense. Every movement is calculated, every breath is precious, and every second spent below adds hours to the mandatory life or death decompression stops required on the slow ascent back to the surface. This documentary provides a factual account of a dive that took place on the 20th of May, 1995. It is the story of a team of highly skilled divers who sought to chart the deepest reaches of this unforgiving system. And it is the true story of one of those divers, Dave Weaver, an experienced explorer who descended into the crushing depths of the Pearse on a mission of discovery. He was prepared for the risks, equipped with the best technology available, and supported by a team of his peers. But in the silent black water far below the surface of the Earth, something went terribly wrong. This is the story of his final dive. If you're enjoying this journey, please subscribe for more deep dive stories. Every deep exploration dive is built on a foundation of trust and meticulous planning. It is an unspoken promise among team members to follow the plan, to rely on training, to look out for one another. In February 2007, this promise was at the heart of the expedition to the Pearse Resurgence. The team assembled was not composed of thrill-seekers, but of serious, methodical explorers. Their goal was not just to go deep, but to bring back valuable data, to extend the known map of the cave, and to contribute to the understanding of this unique geological wonder. Every piece of equipment was checked and double-checked. Every gas mixture was precisely calculated for the extreme pressures ahead. The mission was clear: to push further into the cave's deepest sections, beyond the 180-meter mark. This was the frontier of exploration within the Pearse. Dave Weaver was a key part of this ambitious undertaking. As a highly experienced technical diver and a veteran of New Zealand's cave exploration scene, he possessed the skills and the mindset required for such a demanding task. He understood the profound dangers involved. The cold leaches warmth from the body relentlessly. Nitrogen narcosis can cloud judgment, and the sheer weight of the water can cause equipment to fail in unpredictable ways. He accepted these risks as part of the price of exploration. This account will adhere strictly to the verified facts of the incident. We will not speculate on what might have happened in those final moments, deep within the cave. Instead, we will present the known timeline of events, drawing from official reports and the direct accounts of those who were there. The story begins with a descent into a world of profound silence and cold, a journey into the heart of the mountain. It follows the dive plan, the descent into the abyss, and the critical moment when the mission diverged from its intended path. We will detail the conditions at depth, the freezing water, the constricting passages, and the almost total lack of visibility. Our narrative will reconstruct the events as they unfolded, focusing on the team's response when Dave Weaver did not return to the dive line at the expected time. This is not just a story about a tragedy, it is also a testament to the unforgiving nature of deep cave exploration. It is an exploration of the line between calculated risk and absolute limit, and what happens when that line is crossed in one of the most dangerous and inaccessible places on Earth. The events of that day would forever reinforce the Pearse Resurgence's formidable reputation. Diving in the Pearse Resurgence is a physical ordeal that begins long before a diver touches the water. The equipment for a deep, cold water cave dive is extraordinarily complex and heavy. Divers must use rebreathers. Rebreathers are sophisticated life support systems that recycle exhaled gas. They scrub carbon dioxide and add precise amounts of oxygen. That technology allows much longer dive times. It optimizes gas consumption. Both are essential for hours-long decompression stops. In addition to the rebreather, divers carry multiple bailout cylinders. These cylinders are filled with different gas mixtures for various depths. Each cylinder is a vital backup. The full setup can weigh over 90 kilograms, 200 pounds. It's a massive burden to carry over rough terrain to the water's edge. Once submerged, the challenges intensify. The extreme cold is relentless. Water conducts heat away 25 times faster than air. At 6 degrees Celsius, hypothermia risk is severe. Divers wear thick, insulated dry suits. Even the best protection eventually lets cold seep in. Cold numbs the fingers. Numb fingers make it hard to operate equipment. The sheer pressure at depth is another immense force. At 200 meters, ambient pressure is 21 times surface pressure. Pressure compresses everything, airspaces in the body and dive gear components. It forces inert gases like nitrogen and helium into body tissues. That gas absorption necessitates a long, slow ascent. Rising too quickly lets gases form bubbles in blood and tissues. That's decompression sickness, painful and often fatal. For the 2007 team's planned depths, decompression could exceed 10 hours. Those hours are spent hanging on a line in freezing water, waiting to off-gas safely. Finally, navigating the cave is physically exhausting. Moving with heavy, cumbersome gear demands strength and fitness. Squeezing through narrow restrictions is slow, methodical, draining and claustrophobic. Divers push their bailout cylinders ahead of them. They carefully maneuver their bodies to avoid getting stuck or damaging life support gear. Cold, pressure, darkness, physical effort. Combined, they create a gauntlet testing the limits of human endurance. It's a challenge only a select few can undertake. In 1995, at the Pierce Resurgence, preparation began before dawn. Breath steamed in the cold air. Dry suit valves, rebreathers, and bailout cylinders were checked with methodical care. They moved through checklists together, tagging cylinders and tracing O-rings, hose routes, and valve positions while the pool lay still, blue, cold, waiting. Dave Weaver's gear was verified. His rebreather was calibrated. Cylinders were analyzed and labeled. The team cross-checked each other's equipment. Standard practice meant confirming gas mixes, set points, and redundancy. One diver reading while another confirmed and a third observed, nothing left to assumption. With everything in place, Weaver and his dive partner began the descent. The entry was calm, light fading to blue, then to cold silence. A guideline is paid out, tensioned and clipped. Hands glide along the line. Touch, confirm, continue. For the first meters, the water was electric blue. Visibility was good. Then sunlight vanished. Darkness closed in. The dive lights cut narrow beams through suspended particles. Depth eased downward as the gauge steadied and the HUD stayed green, bubbles giving way to the soft hush of the rebreather loop. The descent stayed controlled and on plan, with gas switches executed on schedule to manage narcosis and gas density in the cold, deep water. Following cave diving procedure, they confirmed the switch, verified the mix, took steady breaths while watching the readings settle, and then continued. Mid-descent, Dave's dry suit dump valve jammed open. The expected trickle became a steady hiss, bleeding the suit's lift away until the suit collapsed tight against him, a ribbon of silver bubbles unspooling into the dark. The change was sudden and negative, acceleration building downward as trapped gas bled from the suit. He began sinking rapidly down a vertical shaft. The guideline receded into darkness as the drop accelerated. Rock walls blurred past while his light narrowed to a tunnel of grain and shadow, bubbles racing upward and vanishing. His dive partner saw the drop and attempted to follow. A quick check showed depth building toward unsafe limits. He locked a gloved hand on the line as the computer numbers climbed and the safety ceiling loomed, clear and immovable. During the rapid descent, Weaver lost consciousness. Vision narrowed. The shaft continued to fall away below. He came to rest on a rock ledge at approximately 85 meters. The framing remained distant and still. No close approach. Just the ledge, the cold beam, and the black beyond. His dive partner was already beyond safe limits and could not reach him. The depth, cold, and low visibility made immediate rescue impossible. Protocol held, and the depth ceiling stood, shifting the priority to surviving the plan. The environment was unforgiving. Near freezing water, constricted passages, and crushing pressure. Protocol and depth ceilings held. The ascent unfolded in stages, managing depth, time, and gas step by step. Each stop was a requirement, not a choice. Support divers held position on the line. Lights searched the void. No movement, no return signal. They marked times and relayed them along the guideline with calm voices, measured intervals, and steady hands. They checked watches and compared slates. When the planned window passed, concern grew, measured and disciplined. A direct pursuit would have carried unacceptable risk, and the demands of gas, thermal control, and depth limits dictated restraint. At the surface, coordination tightened, logs updated, times recorded, support staged for a controlled return. The team stabilized and relayed times up the line while the depths below remained dark and silent. Breath fogged in the cold air at the entrance pool. The blue mouth of the cave barely stirred. These are the verified facts, and the next question was unavoidable. What should be done now? Good. Dawn settled over the entrance pool, breath fogging the air while watches ticked and slates waited. The cave held its silence. The question would not move. What could be done now? Once the last support diver was safely out, the team measured what the cave would allow. Depth, cold, and constricted passages left no room for haste. With the technology and gas plans available then, a recovery was judged too dangerous. The site was secured. Times and notes were logged with careful hands. People came first, then data, then the chance of a safer attempt one day. "18 months passed. In January 1997, Australian cave divers returned with a different approach. Roles were assigned, redundancies layered, communications rehearsed, nothing left to assumption. They dived on mixed gas, trimix instead of simple compressed air, planning for gas density, narcosis, and long minutes at cold stops. Rebreathers were calibrated, bailout cylinders analyzed and marked, O-rings, valves, and hose routes traced. Check, confirm, continue. Descent began. Lamps cut through dark rock corridors while gloved hands slid along the guideline. Waypoints passed in order. Gas checks stayed steady. The plan was unhurried and exact. Following the guideline into darkness, they located Dave Weaver on a rock ledge at approximately 85 meters, kept at a respectful distance. The work that followed was deliberate. Controlled line handling, measured lift, calm signals, and a steady ascent. The ascent unfolded in stages, decompression stops in near-freezing water, while numbers fell into safe range. At the surface, the record was written plainly. Logs updated, times relayed, quiet nods and steady hands. The official finding read, "Death by misadventure." In the days after the recovery, the Australian divers continued to dive the Pierce on trimix, pushing beyond 100 meters and documenting conditions. What had once been impossible did not become easy. Planning and technology had finally met the cave on its own terms. The lesson remained unchanged. Caution, discipline, humility before depth and cold. The record stands as a sober reminder of limits and of progress earned carefully. one measured decision at a time. By dusk, the pool was quiet again, the mountain holding its blue mouth in the same stillness as before. The story moved forward with a slower, more careful step. The Pierce is a place that demands humility and discipline from all who enter. Its beauty is matched by risk, and its depths allow no complacency. Dave Weaver's story endures as a sober reminder to plan carefully, respect the ceiling, and know when to turn. Thank you for watching.